with the Rodeo Heritage Museum here in Dublin, and we got to go out and interview some of the cowboys and the people that actually participated in the Dublin Rodeo. And those guys have stories that will just touch your heart, and they have stories that will make you fall out of the chair because you were laughing so hard. And we got to interview Kenneth Herbert, who did some riding and some bronc riding and everything, but he drove a truck for Colburn and helped move the stock from Dublin to from rodeo to rodeo. And so he told me this story, and I took it and wrote a poem out of it, and I finished it yesterday, so I don't have it memorized, so I'm going to have to cheat off my paper, but, and you'll be the first crowd that's ever heard it, so if it's not any good, somebody kill me. And it's called the Buckin horse, of course. It had been a long day in that old truck, hauling stock for the rodeo. The sun was starting to set in the west, and I had one more load to go. As I pulled up to the loading chute, a pen of steers sat ready and waiting. How I was going to load them by myself was the first thing I began debating. There was a pen of horses nearby, but a halter was all that I had. So I picked one out standing close to the fence, hoping he wouldn't be too bad. He seemed gentle when I put the halter on and didn't buck when I jumped on his back. I was just praying he'd be some help because I didn't want to catch any flack. Into the pen of steers we rode, and man was I impressed. All I had to do was hang on. That horse was doing the rest. He was cutting and moving them steers, getting them loaded right away. I figured he had to be a cutting horse because he was all kinds of help that day. Within a few minutes I was back on the road, my day finally coming to an end. I looked in the rear view and saw that horse bucking across the pen, but I didn't think much of it, and down the road I went, headed off to Houston with the stock for the next event. Well, just a few days later, I was back up on the place, telling all the cowboys of the task that I had faced. One of them looked at me with a sly grin and asked which horse I'd used. At this point, I could tell something was going on, so I stood there confused and looked out across the pen and pointed, well, that one there, of course. And you can imagine how I felt when he replied, why, that's our best bucking horse.